Welcome to day 232 of our DeSo journey, sponsored by Crypto Droids. I'm Ed Krasenstein, here with my twin brother Brian, and we have a special guest today, Matt Hope. How's it going, Matt?
Going good. Thanks for having me.
I just wanted to quickly say something about Crypto Droid, since they're our sponsor. They are actually creating a game. You're going to be able to get you're going to be able to basically wear their NFTs in the game, and eventually they want to create a metaverse and allow users to wear the Crypto Droid in the metaverse. So that's a cool idea.
That art's crazy too. I'm trying to get some.
It really is.
I'm trying to get it on the next drop.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, you're working on a project called OctoPosse, which is really cool. We're going to get into that in just 1 minute. We just want to touch on some of the news that we've had over the course of the last 24 hours. Maybeam yesterday, I guess it was yesterday, last night, made a post talking about how they're working to migrate from PostgreSQL to MySQL. And this is going to have some benefits. I've talked to some developers about it. Brian, I think you've read up on it a little bit more. What are the benefits of MySQL? Yeah, so in Maybeam's post, she actually linked to a blog article on Uber about why Uber moved from Postgres to MySQL. And basically, it's the same reasons that Uber moved. And a few of the reasons why they decided to do it was because of the architecture of Postgres. And it was basically inefficient for writes. It was also inefficient for data replication. There are issues with table corruptions, poor replica MVCC support, and difficulty upgrading to new releases. So I think they're making this move before things get too crazy. You don't want to be changing database structure, I don't think, when you have a million daily active users. So this is probably a good time to be doing it. And I think ultimately all the developers I've spoken to are pretty excited about it. Yeah, and I think the community in general favors MySQL over Postgres as well. So I think that played a big part of it too. But in other news, Aditya is now looking to create an app, I guess, or like code something, I guess, create code that will allow people to give tips or diamonds on Discord, which I think that would be amazing. I think that would be something a lot of people would use both in and outside of DeSo. Yeah, the great thing about Discord is that developers can kind of build on top of it. So like Discord doesn't have to adopt DeSo or integrate as a node with DeSo, but the coders that are running these Discord chats can actually build on top of it and integrate it themselves. If what he's doing is going to work, which I think it will. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's great for the community. It's great for kind of an interconnection between Discord and DeSo. Yeah, and yesterday, Altumbase, they're known for their stats. They keep a lot of stats on various DeSo actions taking place. They have made a change to their top diamonded users. And now it shows unique diamonds received in the last 24 hours. So before it showed total diamonds. So if somebody gave a bunch of diamonds to another user, you kind of cheated, I guess, if you had multiple usernames. Now you can't cheat that because it's unique diamonds. And this list is now shown on Diamond app, on the sidebar of Diamond app. You can click on the top creators list and change it to top diamonded, and you'll see these users. Yeah, so I think it was 2 days ago, Diamond app basically integrated Altumbase's algorithm and their code into the sidebar. And Kine actually replied when we kind of announced that they did this and said, hey, they should really be only counting unique diamonds per 24 hours so that people can't cheat. And they replied back, they basically did it within like 12 hours. And now it's up and running. And now it's a more, I think, efficient way of seeing who's getting the most diamonds. Yeah. So Matt, how's it going?
Going good. Thank you guys for having me.
Any comments on today's news?
Definitely the diamond thing's interesting. I haven't really experienced like the gaming of global, that kind of stuff. I've never really participated in that. So it's interesting. Like I didn't even think about, oh yeah, you could totally game that. Okay, that makes sense. So no, it's exciting to to hear that. And I'm not a dev myself, but obviously anything that devs are happy about, that's great news too. So.
Exactly. So you're working with Tank Girl, Smart Alec, Henry Fong, and DStack on a project called OctoPosse. It's an NFT project, which is really, really unique to DeSo, something we haven't seen yet on the platform. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what OctoPosse is?
Yeah, sure. So, like you said, we tried to bring some new stuff to DeSo, and part of that all started with Smart Alec. So, Smart Alec released software called DSphere, which is a way to generate NFTs, and unless you're going to create an NFT project, I won't get into too many of the details, but essentially he brought a bunch of new features to creators who are releasing projects, and we're taking advantage of that. And what we've created is an art-based NFT, which is most NFTs right now, right? So for people who want to collect art, there's still that appeal. But in addition to that, we've gamified the project. And the way that we've done that is by creating a pool of funds that players will be able to earn from. And when the project sells out of its initial sale, that pool of funds at today's current market value will be over $50,000 in DeSo.
Wow.
So on day one, starting, which is next week. In addition to that, when secondary sales happen after the project has launched, the normal creator royalty of 10% when an NFT sells, instead of going to the creators, it will go towards that fund as well. So that fund can grow exponentially. So the first thing that we wanted to do was make something compelling that would get people's attention. And $50,000 in DeSo sounded like a decent start.
Sounds pretty compelling.
Yes, right. So hopefully, not only will we appeal to people who, there's kind of like 4 different types of people for NFTs that I've identified. That's the collectors that are interested in the art, the speculators who are just trying to flip and try to make money, flip and collect, or maybe it's speculator and collection, maybe the same person. Community seekers, which we definitely plan to attend to, and then the gamer. And so hopefully we can bring in some people who maybe weren't into NFTs on DeSo previously. And then in addition to that, hopefully the prize, the pool of funds can bring in hopefully some new users. That's our plan with some off-chain marketing that we have planned.
I really like that idea of trying to bring in new people into the NFT space, because I think it was actually Cyrus that told me that he saw the statistics, and I think it was 0.05%, 0.5%, a half a percent of DeSo users are actually participating within the NFT ecosystem.
Right.
So, that's only a small sliver. So if you can bring more people into the NFT space, that's big for both you guys and for this NFT space in general.
Sure, definitely. And I think that I think that projects will start to trend towards this, especially as the community grows. These are the types of projects where, with the added features, you see the interactivity that was happening during the Spookies launch and the Pixel Pirates launch. And now, you see what's happening with, DeSomon and what Lane's working on with Crypto Droids. Like, all of these projects there's more to them than just the art, and that, like Crypto Kitties and breeding. Those are the things that people are being drawn towards right now, and I think that that'll continue to be the trend. And the ideas have to keep getting better and better to keep people intrigued, right? Or else they'll get bored. So that's what we tried to come up with. So I guess I could talk a little bit about how to actually get some of that 50,000, right?
Yeah. So I was just viewing your page, the OctoPosse page, and I noticed how there's different generations. I think there are 4 different generations. The first generation is going to be 3,000 minted NFTs, but then you're going to have 2 different sexes, and those sexes mate and have the next generation. And it keeps going until you get down to the 4th generation. And those who own a 4th generation NFT of an OctoPosse are the winners.
That's exactly right. There's actually going to be 3 sexes, so we're going to make it a little complicated. There will be one that's basically a wild card, so that will be able to merge or mate, whatever you'd like to call it, with any other sex. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to have it's going to be unbalanced, and everything's going to happen on our website. It's going to be super easy. You're not going to have to be technical or anything like that to play this. if you own the NFTs, you go on our website, you log in with your DeSo identity. It shows which NFTs you own. You pick this one, you pick that one, you select that you want to merge them. And if you take 2 from generation 1, you merge them, and it goes to generation 2. And that's how you get there. And there will be time periods for each, like there'll be like a window for these 10 days. You can sign on to merge anybody from any NFT from generation 1.
So that's when they're the most fertile.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mating season. Yeah, a mating window. Yeah. So and yeah, the way that it works, the rules of the game, they're scarcity driven. So the populations will dwindle in each generation. So we'll start with 3,000, depending on how those 3,000 are actually, depending on what actually happens. Like we don't have these are not generated yet. The art is not generated. The sexes are not assigned. When the person goes on and clicks a purchase mint button, it's going to literally create it in that instant.
Wow.
And we don't know what's going to happen, right? I know the probabilities for the sexes. I don't know what's actually going to happen in reality. So I don't know the exact guarantee on these numbers, but it'll very quickly go 3,000 in generation 1, probably around 1,200 in generation 2, down to under 600 in generation 3, and then under 200 in generation 4 would be the maximums.
And you have a game, right? So you have a game that you play with these NFTs.
Well, the game is the game is advanced to those generations, because it's a strategy game. Essentially, you're going to have to take, if you have too many males and not enough females, you have to figure out how to balance that out. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to go on secondary? Are you going to team up with another person? Or maybe you have a whole bunch of the wildcard sex, right? Are you going to sell those and make money off of them? Or are you going to hold them and prevent other people from advancing? Like, it's
and some people, even though they could breed, maybe they decide they want to hold them just because, you're going to take the chance that everybody else is going to be breeding and you're going to be left, because once they breed, they get burnt. Am I correct?
Right. Yes,
so
exactly.
Maybe you want to hold them and hope that everybody else breeds, and then you're going to have this super rare generation 1 when everybody else burnt them to breed, So
exactly. Yeah. So, awesome. and if you like the art, you just hold on to it, right? I mean, there will be people that do that. So the numbers that I just previously mentioned, that's assuming that everyone who has an NFT is playing the game, which is not going to be the case. And then it assumes that everyone who's playing the game plays it perfectly, which isn't going to happen, right? No, but not everybody plays every game perfectly. So
here's a question. Here's a quick question.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Is there intergenerational breeding?
No, there's not.
No. Okay. So grandpas can't be.
No, nothing. No weird stuff. Just, just same generation. Yep. Yeah, we didn't want to overcomplicate it. So yeah, there were talks, but I was talked off that ledge.
Are there any twins that can be born?
Man, guys, I'm sorry. We didn't take that into consideration. Oh man.
1 in 80 births are twins.
Wow. Maybe we need to rethink that.
But that's human. That's the human race. The humans.
Well, so we are actually sticking to nature a little bit with like things that happen with octopuses in real life. However, one thing that we're not, when they mate, they have many offspring. But the things that we are sticking to is many species of octopus, when they mate, they actually do die afterwards, which it's a bummer, but that's what's happening in our game too. And then in addition, if you look at our art, every single piece, and it has a hand that's holding an item, and those items are going to be different items, different rare items. And in real life, octopuses they actually collect items and rocks and shiny things and create gardens outside of wherever they like call home, I guess. So
octopuses are really smart, I heard.
They are.
So yeah.
Is
that how you say octopuses?
Yeah,
it's octopuses. Yeah,
it's octopuses. Yep. Yeah, octopi sounds better in my opinion, but it is octopuses.
Well, the game really sounds amazing, and I love how you're monetizing it and giving a reward to those who win.
Mm-hmm.
So if one person wins, they're going to get that full amount, which is over $50,000. If 2 people win, they're going to split it, and if 10 people win, it's going to be split 10 ways. So we might see people trying to use strategy to be one of the few winners rather than one of a lot of winners. Are people going to sabotage other people? And it's all game. Like it's going to be fun to just watch what happens
Yeah, I think we'll see players on both sides. I think we'll see like friendly team play where people are just like, hey, let's all team up and pull ours together. I would love to see like some decentralized autonomous organizations created like that. How wild would that be? And maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't happen right away, but I would love to see smart contracts created for people to like work together. I mean, that's beyond me, and we're not going to necessarily even encourage it or anything like that, or support that necessarily. We're just going to release this and see what happens. Which, as someone who's not going to be playing, or I should say, as someone who's not eligible to win the game, I'm excited to just see how people decide to play the game.
So what's the roadmap? When do the drops have? When does the minting begin?
Yeah. So the minting will be next week. So right now we have a pre-sale whitelist open. It is not capped. So what we're doing a little bit different. As many people as wants. Of course, we're only releasing 3,000, so up to 3,000 people, but I don't think we'll get that high. So as many people as want can sign up for the pre-sale, and then what we'll do is we'll take the total number of NFTs divided by the total number on the pre-sale, and that will be the maximum that someone can buy in their wallet. And then we'll release it. We'll release them in the pre-sale, and then whatever doesn't sell, we'll then offer to the public at maybe no cap. I haven't figured.
So what's the price to mint one? The first
0.3 DeSo.
Oh wow, pretty cheap.
Yeah, relatively speaking, I mean, if you decide to play the game, you obviously will need more than one. And once you look at the rules of the game, you can kind of do the math and attempt to figure that out. So, yeah.
So do you know what day next week this is going to start?
The plan right now is the pre-sale minting to start on Tuesday, and then the public sale would be 24 hours after that.
That's awesome. And aren't you doing a clubhouse room or something?
Yeah, so we actually did a clubhouse room last night with we're doing tonight as well. We did last night with BitClout chats and DeSo chats, and then tonight we're doing it with NFT Plus. And awesome. During that, exactly, with Cyrus, yeah. And during the NFT Plus one tonight, that's at 8 p.m. tonight Eastern is the clubhouse room, and during that clubhouse room at 8:20, we're going to open up the creator coin to the public.
Oh man, I have like date night with my wife. I might cut that short.
Don't blame it on me.
It's Matt's fault.
Yeah, and one other thing that people might be interested in is we do have a giveaway going right now, just to kind of like build up the profile, get some people to notice the profile a bit, and we're giving away 10 DeSo to one person. It's just going to be a random draw, and all they need to do is go on to the OctoPosse page, which is OctoPosse, and then you'll see a post there about the competition, and all you need to do is like it, recloud it, follow the page, and you're entered, and we'll do a random draw this weekend for 10 DeSo. I mean, yeah, it's not not an insignificant amount. And I actually do want to circle back really quick on the 50,000. That I do want to be totally clear. That's at the current market value of DeSo. So just to be clear.
Yeah, so if DeSo doubles, that's going to be 100 grand.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. Which I mean, you have to assume, like, with the things that are happening in the community and the direction things are going, that, I mean, it's probably it probably becomes more enticing as the game continues on.
So do you have a roadmap for the future generations? Like when will the fourth generation be minted?
Yeah. So we're going to have a website. Our website will be live hopefully later today, and that'll have the roadmap on it. But we also have the roadmap in our Discord. That's actually another way to enter that 10 DeSo giveaway, is just join our Discord, which you can find the link on that. And we have the roadmap listed in there, and you can kind of see the timeline of how things play out. But essentially what we're trying to do is we're dodging the holidays, right? We're trying to make sure there's nothing too crazy active going on during the holidays. And then we are doing each mating window, merging window is going to be at least 10 days long. So even if somebody's on a week-long vacation, they won't be like stressed in the islands, right? With bad internet. So.
All right. Well, that's awesome. I mean, this project sounds really amazing, and thanks for coming on our show, and good luck with it.
Thank you. I really appreciate the support, guys. Thanks for
I'm really excited. Seriously. I'm not just saying that.
No, hey, get on the pre-sale list and make sure you get some.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to go do that right now.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks again, Matt.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
everybody can find all the info under this video, the OctoPosse accounts tag, as are all of the creators. So check out the creators as well.
Thank you, guys.